We're going to take a look at sales price list setup and entry. So first, let's take a look at setup in our navigation menu. We're going to go to setup, sales, and price list setup. We're just going to look at out-of-the-box structures. So we have 10, 20, 30, and 40. First one is product price. It's solely just the price of the product, no matter who I'm selling it to. We're going to work with T20, customer product price. So it's the combination of the two that make the pricing. And then there's a couple other categories in here. So we're going to focus on T20 as it is. So next we're going to go and enter a price list. So again, under navigation, we will go under sales. And that's the first block at the top, price list. So some of these functions in here, price search, that is, you can look up what the price would be for anything based on the criteria you want to enter. Price list entry, this is where we're going to go to enter a price list. You can generate price catalogs, price update definition. This is a format in which you can create to generate changes to the price list. Let's say I want to make a new price list and up the price by 5%. Show an example of that. And then this price update is you're actually executing this price update definition. So we'll go into price list entry, select T20 or price list, select new. The index is just a reference field we can use if we want to reference a website or a page in a catalog. We have to have validity start date, so it's going to be today through, I guess, today of 2020. And we're going to select our customer. We only have one. Our product, we only have one sellable product in this finished goods category. It'll be that. That's the default sales price. This price list is set up with a range, so you can have tiers like, let's say 0 to 10. It's going to be $5 a square foot. And then 10.01 to infinite amount is going to be, say, $4.75. I can also go in and change the sales unit of measure. So if I want to sell in a different unit of measure, for example, I think roll. Let's go back there. Here, RL1 is a roll. Minimum quantity 0 to infinite amount is going to be $100 a roll. I'm going to create that. Now I have a price list record. If I refresh here, there's my price list record with my validity dates, and I gave version number price list record. So now I'm going to show you how to run that price update definition. So let's take a look at our price update definition. We're going to go back into the sales module and go to price update definition. So here I've created, it's called a T20 price list up is what I named this code. You select the price list, the T20 we're using. I can modify the selection, or this could be, fixed for certain records. So the idea in this is you can use this update definition to just update and adjust certain records. We're not going to get into that detail here, but it could be a record range. We're choosing what we're copying or modifying, so you can modify a current price list, or it'll copy and create a new one, or just change the currency. So we're going to go with copy record. We can modify the dates, the ability start dates. You'll see when we execute. If we're doing a currency change, it would enter these fields. And I added in here, we're going to use the item master as a link table, just in case we need that. And then what's important after I create this is I have to enter these lines. So these lines actually define what is going to happen with the update. So here I created line 10, and this is going to be a variation by percentage, 5% round up. So this is going to increase everything on the price list by 5%. All right, so now I have that done, I can just run it. So I'll run it, and first I'm going to run it in simulation and view the results. So I have to select start date. So let's say, okay, I'll make this effective as of August 13th and make it effective through the end of the month. I can choose my record range. Again, And let's say okay, it's going to run the simulation. So here it's going to give us what it's going to do. So you can see the pricing is increased by 5%. You see the 100 is now 105. I think the 5, whatever this went to, from 5 to 529. So you basically increased everything by 5%. So now I'm going to actually do it in reality. So rather than run it through the price update definition, I'm going to go back into navigation under sales. And this is where we were before, and it was actually allowing us to run this function. So I'm going to just jump into this function. All right, select our update code, which is T20 update. It's not going to be a simulation. Yes, I want to view the changes, and I'm going to run it. Forgot my start date, so I'm going to put in start dates of August 15th through, say, the end of the month. Run it. So here's what it's going to do. I select OK. I can look at last execution. And let's look at my price list record 4 now. It took 3 and created 4 is what it says. So now if I go back into, I have it on my favorites here. Look at T20 price list entry. You see now I have 2 price list records. And you see the first price list, I had a validity end date of into 2020, but once I create a new price list and copy it from that, it takes the new validity start date and it basically expires the old price list. So this is my new price list. You see the new pricing. I was at 5, 475, and 100, and now I'm at 5 1/4, 499, and 105. So that's the basics of sales price list. It works the same way on the purchase price list. So you can kind of apply this same things into the purchasing module.